Good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Monday morning kickstart. I hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend, and let's get this week off to a flying start. So first off, news for the week. February timetable is out. You'll notice we've got a couple of bonus sessions on our February timetable. So we've got our book club meetup on Atomic Habits at the end of the month, on the last Thursday of the month. And we've got a pronunciation session on the 19th that will be led by myself, where we're going to be looking at pronunciation of long and short vowel sounds. If you're wondering what on earth that is, that basically means things like I and E, ship and sheep, no? Shit and sheet, bitch and beach would just be one example of some long and short vowel sounds, okay? So we are going to be having a look at that, at those individual sounds. But if this is something that you find useful, if you want to work on more pronunciation, we will bring in some more sessions over the next few months as well, working on connected speech and various different parts, okay? So let me know after you've joined the pronunciation session. Let me know if it's something that you want to see more of on the course. As I always tell you guys, I want to make this course the best course in the world for you guys, for not just Cambridge Advanced preparation, but for helping you get up to that C1 or even C2 level, building your confidence, building your fluency, building your vocabulary. So if there's ever something that you see that's not on the course that you would like to be on the course, please let me know. I'm always asking for suggestions every time you do your check-in forms. So let me know if there's something that you want, and I will do my very best to add it. Obviously, it would be great to have unlimited private one-to-one sessions, and that is something that could be added, but that would be very, very, very expensive. So if there's anything you would like added to the course, please let me know. But just to bear in mind, if that is your request, to have 10 one-to-one sessions a week, yes, we can do it, but there would be a price added to that. Whatever I can add to you for free, I will do. Like we've just added recently our Saturday coffee mornings. This is added completely free of charge. Our writing checking mentor to give you unlimited feedback on writing, that has been added completely free for you guys as well, and we will keep on doing things like that to help you guys. Okay, moving on, I wanted to tell you a little story about my week last week. So on Friday, I had a big meeting on Friday. Now, my wife is a property developer. So we have a company for developing properties. So we buy old bars and old shops that have been left for years without anybody opening them, getting into a bad state of repair. And what we do is we buy them and then we turn them into accommodation that is suitable for people with mobility issues. So maybe if they're in a wheelchair, we make it wheelchair accessible, because generally bars and shops are on the ground floor. So that's our little side hustle, our side project, this business. And anyway, we had an important meeting on Friday with some of our team, our lawyers, our architects, our builder, various people involved in the project management and the plans. And of course, this meeting was in Spanish. Now, and this time, it was my job to lead the meeting, because there were certain things we had to negotiate on, certain kind of important things that we needed to talk about, especially going into a new year. We were making a big plan for the year with the business. So it was a big meeting. It was a couple of hours long, and it was all in Spanish. And I was leading it. And this is the first time I've led the meeting. Normally I go to these meetings, but I'm not in charge of it. So this is something that I was a bit scared about because it's not my kind of normal topics of conversation. There's quite a lot of specific vocabulary around it. And there's quite a lot of negotiating or potentially things that could come up spontaneously. But what I did was I prepared my ass off for that meeting. So I didn't just turn up at the meeting with the things I wanted to talk about. I sat for the whole of last week with my partner Ellie. So I sat with Ellie every evening after I finished work, and we practiced that meeting and practiced me saying it in Spanish. And she would give me kind of tips about what to, like, any errors I was making or anything that I was saying that was a bit too British and polite instead of being a bit more direct, or anything that was the opposite, that was sounded a bit rude, how to say that in a more polite way, how to get my point across more effectively, if I was saying stuff that was off topic or not making sense. And we practiced it and we practiced it and we practiced it. And thank goodness, because the first time I did it, it was pretty bad. It was not my best attempt. But by Friday, by the time we were going to have the meeting, I was feeling, really confident with what I was going to say. And good news was the meeting went really, really well. And I came across as I appeared to be really confident during it. Woohoo! Yay me! But I wanted to bring this back to kind of a common theme that appears with speaking or with writing when you guys are preparing for the Cambridge Advanced exam, or in general in English. A lot of the time I get messages from you guys saying, oh, I just find the writing really difficult. I don't know what to write about, and it just takes me ages, and it's terrible. Or with speaking, when we first begin, is like, oh, I don't know how to answer that question. Don't have any vocabulary on it. I just say something really basic, and I don't know what to say. Now, these are really, really common responses, and absolutely normal responses. If it's the first time you're thinking about this subject in your own language or in English, your response is not going to be that great. Your response is going to be like a draft copy, basically. So, like, think about if you were having a conversation with your friends in the pub. Like, how often do you have a conversation about what the government should be doing to improve global warming in the world? Unless you're an activist, you're probably not having that conversation very often. You've probably not thought about it that much. So it's going to be a bit normal. Like, if you're with your friends, you'd be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'd recycle more. Like, you're not going to have a kind of smart, intelligent answer thought out. Whereas someone like Greta Thunberg, who's talks about this topic again and again and again and again, she's got very well thought out arguments. She has ideas, and she knows what she's going to say on this topic, and she can say it in a logical way. So all it is most often with these things is practice, okay? Once you've written an essay 10 times, you're going to be really good at writing essays, because you'll notice that it's the same topics that appear again and again and again in the exam, and you're following the same format. So it's totally normal when you start that you're going to have problems thinking of ideas, okay? But yeah, that gets easier and easier and easier over time, okay? Do not hand over the thinking of ideas to ChatGPT, okay? Think of these ideas yourself. Use that muscle in your brain, because if you keep handing it over every single time to ChatGPT, then you're never going to train that muscle. You're never going to train that part of your brain to start thinking of ideas, okay? And you're not going to be able to do that in the exam or in real life when you're speaking, okay? So start training that muscle, okay? But all it is practice. And the same with the speaking exam. The first time that you answer that question, it's probably going to be a bit crap, your answer. But the more often that you answer it, the better and better and better it's going to get, okay? That's why we have the same speaking sessions several times during the week, to give you that opportunity to improve your answer, just like I was doing preparing for my meeting. That's what you're doing. On Monday, you're having a go as a bit crap, like my meeting practice. But by the time I got to Friday, I was really confident. It was really good. I'd learned a few specific words on the topics that were going to come up. And it's the same for you. However, you're not just doing one business meeting on one specific topic. There are many topics that come up in the exam. And again, this is just something that takes time and takes practice. And it's knowing which topics you need to work on a bit more. Those of you who are teachers, I know there's a lot of you out there that are teachers, probably find it really easy to talk about any questions connected to education, because it's something you've thought about before. It's something you already have opinions and ideas on, and makes it much easier to answer it, because it's not really the first time you're answering it, even if it's in English instead of Spanish or Italian or whatever your first language is. It's not the first time you're answering it. You've answered this question 50 times before in your own language, or at least thought about it. But if it's on a topic that is something you've not thought about before, then you don't have those 50 reps already kind of in the bank, in your pocket, and you're starting from number one. Okay, so that's something I want you to think about if you find it tough to answer questions or to think of ideas when you're writing. It's about getting the repetitions in, and that is normal, and that is how it should be. Okay, so again, kind of thinking about this in a more logical and a scientific way rather than thinking about it in an emotional way, I think really helps us to build our confidence and know where we should be on our journey. Okay, so that is it for this week. Thankfully, I have no business meetings in Spanish this week that I have to deal with. So let's have an absolutely fantastic week, guys. And as always, please let me know if you have any questions, if you need any help in the Telegram group, and if you'd like to continue on the conversation or the things that we've chatted about today. If anything resonated with you, let's continue on the conversation in Telegram. Okay, that's it from me. Take care, and we'll speak soon.